I think Hwasin probably will come out on top. I think Hitch Hiker is a map that favors Terran. I think the fact that he won on Python is going to boost his confidence, and he is lethal versus Zerg players, and his timing was perfect. His timing was spot on versus GGplay in the last game, and it does look like the countdown is going to start, so any second now the game should be starting. It would be cool to see another Zerg player in the semifinals. And here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so for those of you guys who are able to listen, let's hope we enjoy a good game. And unfortunately, the server is full. The server is full, so there's no point telling other people to join, guys. The server is full, and there's a limit on how many players can join, so no one else can actually get in, unfortunately. So that kind of sucks. But I'll make sure I have a proper server next time around. I'm gonna rent a vent server, or maybe get one from Quad V. So anyway, GGplay, Hwasin starting at the top left corner of the map, and GGplay starting at the bottom right. And I expect to see a pretty standard matchup on this occasion. I do feel that Hwasin has the edge. He's probably going to go do exactly what he did the last time. There's no need for him to try anything fancy, because it is so easy for a big push down the middle 4-turn on this map. And GGplay was very late in terms of his defiler, and the fact that he went for that early spawning pool was probably what played into Hwasin's hand. He went for that early spawning pool. Hwasin went for his normal build, and excuse me, GGplay just didn't have his defilers up in time, and he was far and far away from getting his defilers up. So he's probably learned a lesson from that, and you can expect him. You can expect him to try and get his going a 3-hatchery build going earlier today, like opposed to what he did the last time around. And Hwasin just sending his SCV out to scout just to make sure GGplay isn't trying anything fancy, isn't trying any sort of zergling rush. And it definitely doesn't look like that on this occasion. It looks like GGplay is going to go for a more standard game on this occasion. I think he should have done that on Python. He took a little bit of a risk going for that early spawning pool, and I think he paid the price for it, because he didn't inflict significant damage against Hwasin on that. And Hwasin did a great job of defending it, and so GGplay has paid the price for that. And GGplay now sending a couple of drones out, probably to set up his natural expo, just because Hwasin has got his SCV there blocking that. So Hwasin just going to be able to delay GGplay in setting up that natural expo. Brilliant play by Hwasin, and he is doing a great job of actually delaying GGplay. GGplay unable to set up that expo, and unfortunately someone is asking me to go for a different server. I can't switch in the middle of the game, so unfortunately that's just not going to happen. I'm just going to stay here and keep casting. And Hwasin is really doing a brilliant job of slowing GGplay down massively, and he's really just slowed him down by miles and miles and miles, and he's now finally been forced to retreat because that SCV is low on health. So GGplay slowed down no end, and GGplay actually retreating his drones. So GGplay trying to block Hwasin from getting in that scout as well, and he has been unable to set up that expansion. So GGplay is really far behind in terms of his tech and his expansion compared to what he was in the last game. He is finally getting that spawning pool up in his main, but he's going to be so far behind, and Hwasin is definitely taking a little bit of a lead here. Hwasin going already starting up his second barracks, so we can expect a American Marine push from Hwasin relatively early in the game. It'll be interesting to see if GGplay will have any sunkens up in time to actually be able to defend it, because Hwasin might actually be able to win this game with a pretty early attack. Hwasin now getting his second barracks up, he's definitely going to have more than enough medics and more than enough Marines to counter any kind of zergling attempt by GGplay to get into his base to do some scouting or do some damage to his economy. And Hwasin has now been able to get up that unprotected ramp into GGplay's main, and Hwasin, you have to say, is far ahead in terms of his tech. GGplay quite late, and GGplay has already started up his lair, so GGplay realizing the importance of getting his tech up has already started up his lair. But you've got to feel that Hwasin is far ahead, because it took GGplay so long to get that hatchery down. He's going to be much later in getting his defense up. He's going to be much later also in getting his spire up, and he probably will have fewer mutalisks, because he's not going to have that second gas as early as he normally would have. He's not going to have as many drones as he normally would have, being able to produce from the 3 hatcheries. He's limited it to using the larva only from a single hatchery. That delay by Hwasin was costly, is going to prove costly, I feel, to GGplay, and Hwasin definitely with a little bit of an advantage in the game, but it's far from over, because Hwasin's still doing a great job in this game thus far. And both players, Hwasin obviously content to just scout around GGplay's base, build up his marine force, and we might see American Marine push. And I do feel that GGplay, even though he's gone for that lair, he's not going to have his mutalisks up in time, and he's definitely not going to be ready for that American Marine push should Hwasin decide to go for one. On Python, it's much more difficult to do it because of the fact that it's so easy to flank on Python. But this map, unfortunately, is an entirely different matter. Hitch Hiker, there's no flanking down that middle lane is certainly quite difficult. And Hwasin just pushing out with his American Marines, forcing GGplay's zerglings back, just pushing out with his Marines. He doesn't have any medics yet, and GGplay realizing that he needs to get a sunken line up, and he's going to have to invest resources in that, just by virtue of the fact that Hwasin has a lot of marines, and GGplay just trying to get that zergling around, just trying to get a scout, and Hwasin is ready to push almost. Hwasin's got his medic and marine force out. GGplay is just trying to slow him down as much as possible. He started up his fire. He's definitely not going to have his Mutalisk up in time if Hwasin goes now, and that's what Hwasin needs to do, and he needs to pressure now and force GGplay. He just doesn't want GGplay to get in and scout him, unfortunately, but if he pressured now, he would force GGplay to put up a few more sunkens and waste resources on that and give himself a further lead in terms of economy, and GGplay forced to play with 2 hatcheries. He hasn't set up a 3rd hatchery at all, as far as I can tell. So GGplay definitely in dire straits right now in this game, fighting with 2 hatcheries. He's got a couple of creep colonies up that he can morph into sunkens, and that should be able to. That should definitely be enough. But Hwasin might just try and run around those and get around that ramp. And GGplay's spire is almost up, so it's going to be pretty much touch and go. GGplay forced to put a 3rd sunkens down, so GGplay's economy really suffering. And when Hwasin's tank pops out, GGplay is going to be in trouble. GGplay is going to have to do a lot of damage with his Mutalisk against Hwasin to actually have a chance to actually win this game. And GGplay with just 2 hatcheries and a single gas is in huge trouble here. He's going to have to do significant damage with whatever few Mutalisks he can muster. And GGplay cancelled that 3rd creep earlier. He's building a 3rd creep now a little bit further up the map, and that's a little bit strange. I don't understand why he did that, but definitely GGplay in a lot of trouble. And Hwasin going in with that medical green group. GGplay does have a lot of enough zerglings and sunkens to be able to hold this, I feel, and GGplay using those zerglings while one of those sunkens is going to get taken down, and GGplay just microing those zerglings around, trying to take that. And GGplay has stopped that push successfully. He managed to. He was trying to take that firebat down. He was unsuccessful in that. GGplay now has his Mutalisk out, so he's going to be able to hurt. And it's going to be interesting to see what Hwasin has in his base to defend against GGplay's Mutalisk. But again, the fact that GGplay was slowed down so significantly in his economy, the fact that GGplay only has a single gas means that he only has 2 Mutalisks right now. Whereas normally, by the time the Mutalisks pop, a Zerg player should really have 9 Mutalisks, or at least 6 or 7 Mutalisks. And those 2 Mutalisks aren't going to be able to do a lot of damage to Hwasin, because I'm sure Hwasin has got more marines in his base, and he's probably building turrets as we speak. Hwasin actually has not got an engineering bay up yet, so Hwasin decided not to go for the engineering bay. He's actually going for a double starport tech, so Hwasin probably going for mass science vessels, realizing that GGplay and GGplay still fighting with 1 gas, so there's no way he's going to be able to compete with Hwasin in terms of tech, and this is going to be crucial. If GGplay cannot inflict significant damage upon Hwasin with those Mutalisks, he's going to be in terrible trouble. And GGplay is scouting around the map to try and see if Hwasin has any SCVs out there. GGplay with finally putting down his 3rd hatchery, but he's just so far behind in terms of where he should be in terms of tech and economy. It's not even funny. And GGplay it's just all going to be dependent upon his Mutalisk micro. How good is Mutalisk micro? He needs to pick off that SCV that's building that barracks. He doesn't do that. He needs to maybe try and kill off those. And GGplay now, Hwasin has no defense, and GGplay carelessly, his Mutalisk rallying carelessly, just flying across the middle of Hwasin's marines, getting taken out. He's lost 2 Mutalisks already. It's not like he had a lot to begin with. And even though Hwasin has no defense to speak of versus the Mutalisks, GGplay is in trouble. And GGplay now setting up that higher list den. But you've got to feel that when Hwasin's push comes down the middle, GGplay is not going to be ready for it. He's so far behind in tech, it's going to be a while before he can even think of getting defilers, and I'm not sure how without the ability to flank at all on this map, I'm not sure how GGplay is going to be able to hold. Certainly on Python, even when he could flank, and even though his economy was in a much better shape on that map, he wasn't able to do much against Hwasin's push. Hwasin was absolutely clinical in that push that he executed versus GGplay, and I just don't know what GGplay is going to actually be able to do. So it's looking dire for GGplay here, definitely looking like a dire situation, and GGplay really needs to inflict a little bit more damage than he has thus far on Hwasin's economy. Hwasin still does not have that engineering bay up, so he does not have upgraded marines, and he does not have any turrets, and that does allow GGplay a little bit more maneuverability. He's going to be able to keep Hwasin back in his base a little bit longer this time around, because Hwasin doesn't have any turrets.